Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 5, Episode 18, titled What Comes After the Blues, air date May 19th, 2008, and the synopsis is:
Brooke has to deal with giving up Angie. Haley's career takes a turn for the better, and Payne is visited by somebody from her past. Meanwhile, Dan awaits a new heart as Lucas makes a decision on who he wants to be with. Elsewhere, Mouth makes a decision to move to Omaha when Millicent agrees to go with them. So we start off with Jamie playing a bit of the piano at the label and singing the intro with Gavin DeGraw. And we haven't heard the intro since earlier in the season, so this was nice to see for the season finale.
Yeah, we haven't seen it all season, have we?
Maybe just like the first few episodes, it seems like, yeah. That was it.
Well, this was just, I liked it, but for like reality of the show, it didn't make sense.
Yeah, because well, he showed up before Gavin in like season 2. I don't know. So it's like he is, and like he's real, but like they don't explain like why he's there and where he went afterward. Yeah,
he's just here for this one little scene with him and Jamie, and then poof, he's gone.
Yeah.
Like, what? It'd be like one thing if like he was having a concert in town and he just needed to practice or something. So, he went to Peyton's studio. Like, even that would be kind of far-fetched, but at least it would be more realistic of like why we opened it the way we did, of like he was there, Jamie was there, they bonded, obviously, but it was strange because he was not talked about.
Right.
It was weird. And like, it's obviously cute because it's a theme song. It's Gavin who sings the theme song, and it's, I think all of our favorite character, Jamie. So it's like, it's great, but it just didn't make any sense to the show. And here's the thing. It's season 5. You got to like amp up your game in season 5 leading to season 6. So, I don't know if that really did it. Again, couldn't he have like a mini little concert maybe like at Trick? And like I think with this episode, I think I was tad disappointed because it's the season 5 finale. And we didn't get really much out of it.
Right.
They were just wrapping up the season, but the problem with that is you could do that, but if you've already been dragging these like past 5 episodes since the 100th episode, if you've been dragging them out like the same story for like each person, kind of, it's like, who wants to watch it for 5 episodes straight?
Right.
And there's got to be more conflict. I feel like you can't just have this and then, oh, it's the finale, so now we have to wrap it up. Like, what? Like where's the conflict really in this episode that would be like a huge season 5 ending, or even anything in the episode? Like, there really wasn't much. And again, it was just all things that have been kind of lingering. And that was it. And even that, we didn't really clear much up. It's not like it's like, oh, we're going to put a bow on. Like, I don't know. I think I was just kind of disappointed. I don't know. Because it just doesn't feel like a finale. Like, I feel like, next episode should be or something. Not like this one. That's all. I don't know. I think honestly, maybe the 100th episode should have been the finale of this season, because that was really the last time we really saw conflict, really.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it was just sort of, everybody kind of just doing their own little thing, and it's not anything big, which is fine because that's everyday life. But I just feel like for your finale, it should be a little bit bigger than this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we just see Lucas still going through his alcoholic phase because he's going to trick day after day, drinking, and even is drinking next to Chad's real dog, like in real life, I believe. That's what the drama girl said.
Well, do you know what I thought was weird?
What?
Was he's drinking because he found out she's seeing someone else, Lindsay. But my thing is, when she left, she gave you the ring, she ignored all your calls. I would feel like you would be going downhill then. Do you know what I mean? Like, this person isn't like they didn't marry you at your wedding. They gave you the ring back, your key back. They have been ignoring you for how long? Months now. Like, I would have thought that this downhill would have been from there, not from this point.
Yeah, well, Lucas is really good at being in denial of the woman that he wants to be with, who doesn't want to be with him. He does with Brooke too. So now that Lindsay has said that she's seeing somebody else, it's feeling like actually hit him now that he, has no chance of getting back with her. So.
Well, I just still don't understand why he thought there was a chance before when she's been ignoring you.
Yeah, well, Brooke was too, and he kept following her. So, like I said, he just doesn't give up.
I know, but you have to remember, Brooke was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different, I feel like, when you're a teenager, like, oh, he still wants me, I'll go back with him. Where when you're an adult, you're like, you like this other person, you're in love with her. It's not even that you like her, you're in love with her. And you have been since you were in high school. I'm not going to be a part of that. There's just a difference. And I think, if Brooke would have had to do this in her adult life, this Lucas and Payne, I think she would have ended it a long time ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, she wouldn't have put herself through that as really an adult in this Lucas Payton drama, which is why she's always like, that's high school, I'm done. Even though, yes, I know she's got her own, guy problems, but I'm just saying, like, she even says it later on in the series of like, I don't want to, be in love with the guy who's in love with someone else, like, because she's done it. So it's like, it's just different when you get back with somebody in high school versus an adult, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Lucas just hasn't matured since then. That's why he's acting like this.
Oh my, like, he's just so annoying. Like, that, I think that's the thing, is like, every single person has, especially from like what, episode 1 and 2, remember I was like, I don't really know if I really like any of them. It's like, to end it with kind of everybody as shown who they are, they've grown, we like them, but then there's Lucas. And it's like, and what's also weird is like going back to the beginning of the show and how Lucas was supposed to be the one everybody loves. He's supposed to be kind of like the voice of reason versus obviously Nathan, but like, they've now just switched places, and they have been. But I'm glad that Nathan has turned himself around, because again, I did not like him at the beginning of season 4. Not even at the beginning, most of season 5. So, and I haven't really liked Lucas either, but obviously when you're married, it's different, and you're actually cheating with somebody, versus having kind of lingering feelings with somebody. But yeah, I haven't really liked either one, but I'm happy that Nathan had changed back to where we like him, and Lucas, he's just still there.
Mhm.
Like grow up. Like be the rest of them and just grow up.
Right. Yeah, so we see some Girl Scouts getting hit with water balloons or crossing the street, along with a couple of elderly men who were playing a board game. And then we see the Reverend in the hospital with Dan bringing him another bouquet of flowers. And then Brooke has a countdown on her calendar for when Angie goes home. Meanwhile, Skeps and Deb try to sneak her out of the apartment before anyone sees her. And then everyone ignores Malk at the station. Haley wakes up to Jamie's bunny Chester because Nathan is at the school gym working out. And then Jamie is standing in front of the pool with his cape on. And then water balloons continue to drop on people from the roof of Close Over Bros, but Millie is walking by easily as each balloon just misses her. Yeah, so it's funny at this point she's just used to it and just perfectly, knows where to step so she doesn't get wet.
Yeah, well, I mean, it probably happens every day now.
Yeah. And then I'm surprised they even have that many water balloons and want to use up that much water, but also multiple newspapers are on Lucas's front porch, so we know he hasn't been picking them up. And then Jamie, like how Nathan was when he was his, alcoholic self, is standing right next to him at the bed. And just like his dad, he tells Lucas that he drinks too much.
Yeah, so this was just so cute because, again, it's reliving the whole, it's not funny at that point, but just how Jamie is just, he says it to Nathan, now he's saying it to Lucas. So I think you drink too much. It's just so cute.
Yeah.
I just love him. But also, it is a little torture for him because, like, he saw his dad in a very bad place with drinking and everything, and being on the couch where now Lucas is just in bed all day. That would be hard, like, for a kid, especially that little, to like, my dad just got over this, and now my uncle is doing this. Like, there's really no time in season 5 that like Jamie can like go, like, just take a deep breath, because like there's always in season 5 just somebody is kind of putting some trauma on him,
Yeah.
because like, yeah, his parents are happy in this episode, but his uncle, on the other hand, isn't doing well, so it's like, it's just hard for him.
Yeah, and both of the, closest men in his life aren't setting a good example when it comes to drinking either for him.
Exactly.
And yeah, so that would just prove to you that Jamie might even have problems himself when he gets older. So, and then so Nathan walks in, telling Lucas he has to get up and take a shower basically. And Jamie makes his own comments about that. And then when Lucas lifts his pillow up from his head, that's when Jamie freaks out about his mohawk that he suddenly has. And Jamie's fascinated with it. So he asks Nathan if he can get one, and Nathan says sure if he wants to look goofy like his Uncle Lucas. And so Nathan tells Jamie to go get Lucas a bottle of water so he can talk to him.
Yeah. So I like when he basically told Lucas to like move on. And being in the dark place, he's been through it and it doesn't do anything for you. I liked it because, again, remember I said, like, when does Nathan, like, when is he on his, like, by his side? And well, I guess this is his first time. So I was happy because, again, the person that really can tell exactly what he's going through and help him through it is going to be Nathan, because he was just there. Even though he doesn't really listen to it.
Right. Yeah, so he lets Lucas know, since he missed the board hearing, that he's suspended for 11 games or 10 games, and there's only 11 games left.
I thought this was weird when Lucas said, well, there's only 11 left, and then Nathan said, not for you.
Yeah, he means like there's only 1 left for him and 11 for everybody else.
Yeah, but that's why Lucas said there's, 10 games I'm suspended and there's only 11 left. Like, that's why he said it. Like, so that we all know, like, he only is going to be back for one game, where it was weird. It was like, I didn't feel like Nathan, if that was really the case of him just like telling him, not for you, I didn't really think that needed to be said, because Lucas was just trying to tell the audience, this is all that's left. Because as an audience, we would say, how many games are there left that you would actually be coaching? And, so I just feel like Lucas summed that up, where Nathan didn't really need to say anything.
Yeah, it just seemed like an extra line to, I don't know, to the audience more or whatever, if they weren't paying attention, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like it was needed. I feel like, Lucas did what, he was supposed to by telling everybody what's going on.
And then at Brooks, her and Angie are about to go to the beach, and she calls Angie her funny bunny, and then catches herself and she calls her Angie's mama. And that's when she gets the call.
I was like, when she said mama, and it's like, again, Brooke, no, like, how many times I gotta say it? Like, no, you're not her mother. You're not her foster mom. Like, no. And then she gets the call that Angie's going back today.
Right. Instead of 8 days. Yeah, so early.
So how long has it been?
I have no idea.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and then Brooke tries to fight it, saying that she's still recovering from surgery, but whoever's on the phone with her says that she can just go back now. So Brooke finally gives in.
So I did not like when Brooke was like saying how like she's gonna miss her and she can't go back right now. And I'm like, she has been away from her parents for how long? They want to see their baby. Are you kidding me, Brooke? You say you're gonna miss her. What about her parents? Like, they have not seen their baby girl. Like, oh my God, Brooke, it's not about you. Like, think of these parents, the real parents. It's like, they have been away from her. She had major surgery and she could have died, and they weren't, they couldn't be here for that. Like, you know how hard that would be? And the fact that Brooke only thinks of herself, it's so annoying, because it's like, Brooke, her parents want her. Like, she's not yours to keep. Like, that's what I was getting annoyed of, when she's just like, it's not time. We had this much more time. And it's like, again, what about her parents? How is it no one in this episode? See, that's the problem. I had to tell Brooke that. But why is nobody saying that to her? Of like, I know you're going to miss her, but what do you think her parents are going through? They haven't seen her. She had surgery. They probably want to take care of her themselves, because there's nothing like having your parents take care of you. I mean, think about it. Like, when you're sick, you don't want strangers. You want your parents. So I just didn't like it. I'm like, again, she's never really removed herself from being, it's not even a mom. It's just kind of like a caretaker until she can go home. So I just didn't like it. I'm like, someone should have really talked to her, because I don't like it.
Yeah, maybe Brooke should have talked to Angie's parents or one of them and could actually hear their voice and realize, that she has to go back, from that way.
But I think they do this on purpose so you don't get attached.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that probably would have woken Brooke up a bit, that she needs to go back.
No, I feel like she'd still be like, I'm gonna miss her.
No, I don't think she would have fought with the parents like she did on the phone with the agency.
I just was like, someone needs to talk to this girl, but no one, of course, is going to.
Well, she has issues with her own mother, so it's no wonder that she's doing this with Angie, having problems with letting go when she gets attached. And then Lucas is looking at his hair in the mirror when Haley walks in. And, she said she would laugh if this whole thing wasn't a mess, everything. and then says they're going for a drive, but first they're to fix his the ferret on his face or his head.
Yeah, she said because I have a 5-year-old son who unfortunately wants to look like his Uncle Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny.
Yeah. And then when she starts shaving his head, we transition to Jamie having the same mohawk.
It was so funny.
Mm-hmm. And Jamie asks Nathan how the comeback's going, and Nathan tells him it's not a comeback, and Jamie says Q says it is. Nathan says plan's wrong.
I like when Nathan is like putting his hand over his mohawk. He's like, no one's sporting the mohawk. It's like, no, Lucas is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Jamie says he's bringing it back. That was cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I thought this was a little sad because like Jamie's all excited of like, what team are you gonna play on and everything, and Nathan's like, oh, don't think I'm going to. Like he has to have that little heart to heart with him of like, I might not.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the problem was somehow they told Jamie that this is what he's doing is kind of preparing himself and training to be. I don't know. Like, how is it that it's in all of their heads now for the NBA instead of just get back to the basics?
I don't know. I think you've just been talking to Q about it. Probably.
Because I'm just like, some things should be not to the children because then they're going to get their hopes up like this. And he might start telling people, my dad's going to be in the NBA. And it's like, what if he's not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then that's when Nathan notices Jamie's been using rolled up socks as a basketball. He asks him what happened to his ball, but Jamie says he just lost it and has to go feed Chester.
That was sad because you could see his little face was broken.
Yeah.
And Nathan's just like, okay. Because he doesn't know yet.
Right. So during the drive, Haley asks Lucas if he told Payne that he hates her, and Lucas.
Oh my God. Maybe. He was so okay. First of all, when he says maybe, I was like, wait a minute. You were like so drunk, I guess. But yet, you told her you hate her.
Yeah, he probably has a little bit of a memory of it, yeah.
And I'm like, that's a little weird. But anyway, he was like, because she said, well, she brings up how like that was like a jackass move and stuff. And he and how it like broke her heart and stuff. And he's like, don't be dramatic. I didn't break her heart. I'm like, what? Like, okay, here's the thing. Like, it's also strange. This whole thing is strange to me because this is the love of his life. And he's going to say that about the love. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he doesn't see it that way right now. So
again, like I could see him saying to anyone else, like Brooke, like I didn't break her heart. It's like, huh?
Yeah, he just doesn't care about her right now. So,
but in the episode, he does though. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, I really took me a while to even like them together because he was acting like this.
And then I thought it was funny because like Haley's like, just stop the car, and he's like, it's green, and she goes, just wait, and then that's when the water balloon drops, and then Haley was funny. She goes, kind of like Peyton's heart.
Yeah,
it was so good. So when she gets out of the car, and obviously she's going up there. I was like, finally, Haley's being Team Peyton. Like, for the longest time, she was Team Lindsay. Now she's finally Team Peyton. Like, now she cares about her, and now she wants them together. What?
I guess because she knows Lindsay's moved on too. Yeah, and then Haley then takes out that tin box that her and Lucas wrote their predictions on or in. So they never mentioned it since then, so we're guessing that they didn't keep up that tradition, It's just been sitting there since the senior year.
Well, it was probably only for high school.
Yeah, but they could have continued if they wanted to, because you never know what's going to happen. And then, yeah, so Haley says that it's a big deal that she's telling Payne about this, and, she knows she's jealous, and Payne says, yeah, a little bit. But, yeah, so she reads off some of the predictions that Lucas wrote. And or am I skipping?
Yeah, you're
No.
skipping because she's
Okay,
up
yeah.
there. She's up there with Lucas.
Yeah, I was like going from memory, but yeah, so
Well, so
oh yeah, Lucas walks up there, and then
yeah.
Peyton, where did Peyton go then? Because she
Oh,
was up there. Maybe
I
she
don't
went
know.
down before he went up, I guess.
Yeah, but so Haley tells him, he needs to apologize to her, and that was really that part. And then she brings up the water balloons and how, of course they bring up the boy toy auction. And then he says, well, because she brings up that's when he saw my tattoo, and he goes, "Yeah, you're a slutty little tramp stamp." I'm like, what? Oh my God. But I was happy that she said again, like, you need to talk to her because, like, he keeps brushing it off. So, how long do you think it's been since he said that to her?
What do you mean?
Well, since he said, "I hate you" to Peyton to now, like, how long do you think it's been?
That was probably last night.
You think?
Yeah. Or maybe a day, or I don't know. He could have been in bed all day after that, but yeah. Or if we go by the newspapers, there's I think a few of them, so maybe a few days. I don't know.
That's what I mean, because he kind of just been inside, because that's why Nathan finally went to go see him of like, give a bit out. So like, so I feel like it's probably been a few days.
Yeah, so Lucas is still hung up on that. Lindsay said no, while he said yes. And Haley says that she's being honest with him, and so what does he want? He needs to be honest with himself. And if Lindsay's the girl that he's in love with, great. If it's Peyton, if it's Brooke, just stop hiding his heart. And then at the station, Millie is there to check him out, and he ends up telling her that he, basically did this and that, trying to make up for not having that footage. But then they hire a new sports guy named Steve. And so Millie, offers to buy him lunch to make him feel better. And then they walk down the hall where the next room over is the hospital. So just like the label being connected to the gym, they connected these two locations.
What is up with this? Like, who in their right mind is like, for a TV show, let's put it on, like, acting like we're on the sound stage. Like, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to make it look like it's supposed to be somewhat realistic, and it was not. I'm like, how do you go from that to zooming out and you're walking now into the hospital? Like, what?
Yeah, because it's not a dream, it's not a fantasy. It's like they got a budget of some kind and didn't know what else to do with it but this or something.
But why did somebody think this was a good idea?
I don't know, maybe they thought it'd be like, cinematic with the transitions that way. I don't know.
It was just stupid. I'm like, when I saw it, I was like, here we go again.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't help but laugh.
And then Dan's brought even some more flowers for the Reverend and tells him he did his research, man of faith, lived a good life, but he has diabetes and a stroke, and, it's not benevolent of him to lie there and take a heart that could be put to better use.
Oh my God.
Selfish.
Yeah. Selfish. How about, I don't know, killing your brother? Isn't that a little selfish? Oh my God. And then, okay, so obviously, okay, look, my thing is this, okay, Dan keeps coming every day. And he seems to be there a lot. Like, how is it no one is clocking this?
They just probably think he's a close friend of his.
And it's weird because he's been at the hospital for checkups and because he needs a heart. I just find it weird. Like, he hasn't been around, and then now all of a sudden he doesn't leave. And it's Dan Scott. No one knows that he's a murderer. Like, it's just really weird to me. It's not like he's laid low, kind of, because he seems to want to be out in public everywhere. It's not like he's just hiding somewhere. So it's weird. And then, of course, like, the nurse comes in and is like, "Oh, do you want to give him a pillow?"
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'd love to." I'm like,
yeah, having an evil thought. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, of course he does. Like, I can't with this.
Yeah.
Like, just letting him be. I mean, seriously.
Mm-hmm. And at Nathan's, he points out that his mom is doing the walk of shame getting back home, and that maybe he should hire a nanny for her. And he asks if she was out with that guy that she met on a porn site, and she says it's not porn, it's erotica. And that's when Nathan goes outside to see that Jamie's basketball is floating on top of the water in the pool.
Yep. So then he goes to see Jamie and wants to know if he wants to go swimming, and he said no, thanks. And then Nathan was like, "I don't think you've been in the pool since your accident." And he's just like, "It's okay. I have to feed Chester." Like,
Yeah, that's his one excuse. Yeah.
and then he's like, "Are you afraid?" And he goes, "No, I just don't want to." And it's like, oh. But you can tell, obviously, there's something going on. But then he brings his ball and puts it on at the bed, and then Jamie sees it. So he now knows his dad is up to something. Like, he now knows.
Yeah. So Brooke is with Angie, and she took her to see the doctor, trying to get an excuse, to get her to stay longer, which I was mad about too.
Exactly. Her parents. Again, so, okay. So I guess her friends obviously don't want to say anything and hurt her feelings. So why didn't this doctor say something? Like, what about her parents, Brooke? Like, to this doctor, be a professional and bring up her parents.
Right.
Because clearly Brooke is now kind of being a little territorial, like, I don't know, maybe Nanny Carey, of like, I don't really want to give this baby up. And it's like, but she's not yours. Just like Jamie is not Nanny Carey's. Like, Brooke, you're there to do a job. Don't overstep the boundary, because it's just not good.
Yeah, but at least the doctor tries to give it to her straight. Like, he knows she doesn't want her to go home, but that's how the program works. They take the first flight available, and then, just tells her in the silence sets in to be proud of what she did for, Angie. She's done a great thing. It's time for her to go home today.
Yeah, and he said that her tough days are over, and she was very brave about them.
And it's time for her to be brave, yeah. And then at the school gym, Q asks Nathan if he has something for him, and Nathan tells Q just to shut up and check the ball. And then he tries to, get the ball past Q, but can't. But he can't. And Q tells him that the crossover is rusty. And then he keeps pushing him and blocking the ball when Nathan tries to shoot it into the net. And Q asks if he, really did a fadeaway. That seems to be a thing that comes up again and again. But Jamie's also there watching them, and Q tells Nathan the fadeaway is weak, and Nathan just says he's done. And Q tells Jamie to go get them water so he can talk to Nathan.
But then he stopped him, and he was like, "You see any hot psycho nannies out there? You run back in." And then Jamie goes, "Not funny."
Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
So Q asks Nathan what's going on. He says he's just out of shape, and Q says that's not it. And they do this every day, and he just plays it safe. And Nathan says maybe it's because he can't do it anymore.
And he says maybe you're scared.
Yeah, easier to have his dream taken away than give it a shot and fail. Nathan says he's not scared, and they kind of argue about that back and forth.
Yep, and then Jamie's right there, so Nathan stops.
Yeah, because he was yelling by then. Yeah. And then a bit later in the car, Jamie looks mad. Nathan hits the steering wheel out of frustration, which I don't think he should have done for Jamie either. But Jamie admits that he's afraid to go in the pool. And Nathan mentions about him going in the pool all the time before his accident. He loved it, and he knows he can still do it. And Jamie says he knows, he's just scared. And Jamie tells Nathan it's okay, he doesn't want to play anymore. So they're both like, it's like Jamie was really smart enough to know that him and Nathan are both afraid of something. So in order to make Nathan feel better, he, admitted that he was scared. So maybe if he did, then Nathan would admit that he's scared too, like help him out that way.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think like a little piece was kind of sad though, because because Jamie is so proud of Nathan, and he's like, it's okay if you don't play. Because, that's his whole thing is like, my dad's going to play. And then he sees him upset, and it's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just so sad to like see that. That's not Nathan's fault. It's just,
And at the label, Payne tells Haley that she got a weird email from Mia saying she met this guy on tour who knew Ellie. She then asks Haley how come she's dying, because she mentioned it before, and Haley says she's having trouble writing lyrics for this melody that she liked.
Oh, and that was funny because she was like, asking her like to help out, and she said, she goes, "How about I hate you, bitch? You ruined my life."
Yeah, did that work for her? Yeah.
It was so funny. And that's when
Mhm.
Haley's like, okay, like I'm breaking the friend code with Lucas.
Mhm.
And this is where she reads off his predictions.
Yeah. So
And
apparently
then,
we go from 8th grade that he's liked her.
yeah. And it was funny though, because obviously she didn't read them all clearly. She only just took them because the one
Yeah.
had try again with Brooke. It was funny. But I like when that's when Peyton was like, well, those are just like words. And she's like, yeah, but sometimes you can't say the things you know.
Out loud, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Right. Yeah.
which Peyton should know, given that she loves music so much.
And art too.
Yeah, because how many times does she like play a song because that's how she's feeling, but she can't represent how she's feeling? You
Mhm.
know, remember like when Brooke was like, give me a song that, represents Lucas. And then she did. Like it was just to show her how she felt. And, remember that whole thing?
Mhm.
So Peyton should know that.
Right.
But I get where Peyton's coming from of like his actions don't add up. So, like,
Mhm.
yeah, realistically, you can be like, sure, Haley, yeah, because you're not really in it. You're like the outsider. But
Mhm.
for Peyton, when somebody says, I hate you, you ruined my life, what are you supposed to do and think? Like,
Mhm.
of course, your immediate reaction is going to be, well, that's the truth, especially because he was drunk. Like, yeah, he finally said the thing that he's been holding on to. Like, because that's what I would think of like, how long have you been thinking this?
Mhm.
Like you wanted to marry me and now you hate me. Okay. Like, so of course, like Peyton is gonna hold on to that. So
Mhm. Yeah.
it's better said than done, I guess, of like, or it's easier said than done of like, yeah, sure. Yeah, he just writes about what he's feeling. Like I don't know, just start at it's just like I get where Peyton's coming from.
Mhm. Yeah, so Lucas is adding the license plate to an art piece on his bedroom wall when Lindsay walks in. And he asks what she's
This
doing
was
there.
so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she back?
Because apparently he wouldn't answer his phone, so she had to talk to him this way. And he tells her she looks good, and while she tells him that he looks hungover. And he says, yeah, there's a girl that he almost married that started dating again, and after that, things went dark. So she tells him the book is done, so that does mean that it was, important that she had to come see him for that. But Lucas says it's not, considering he doesn't know the ending, and like, he knows it needs work, and he doesn't even have the dedication yet.
Yeah, and she goes, you could email the dedication. And
Mm-hmm.
then she said, book's done, it's perfect. And okay, this part was weird because she said, like, this is goodbye. And I was like, huh? Like, you have already had how many goodbyes?
Yeah,
You
I think.
after the wedding, you gave
Mm-hmm.
him the ring back, you gave him the key back, you took your stuff, you said bye then. Like I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was the goodbye. Why are we having another goodbye? It's not like you two reconnected, you tried to work it out, and now this is another goodbye. No, you haven't talked really since you broke up.
It just means with the book being done now, and probably she won't be working with him either after this point. So that's probably what she meant.
I don't
Like
care.
completely
It just
done.
felt like, again, I'm not a Lucas and Lindsay fan, so I was like, this was just so stupid and out of the blue to like say, this is our goodbye. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what? Like, it's weird.
And he still asks her if she ever misses him, but she just says she has to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when Brooke calls him about Angie, and she's packing things up and walks out the door with her, but leaving the purple monkey behind. And then Nathan walks into Jamie's room, and he's just looking at Nathan's trophies, and Nathan tells him someday he's gonna have his own trophies, and maybe someday have a son of his own, and that'd be a greater accomplishment, or better than any award.
Yeah. And he said, don't be afraid to be great, son. That was cute. He goes, because you are.
Yeah, the world isn't strong enough to beat James Lucas Scott. Yeah. And then Jamie looks over at the wall that has the newspaper articles and his drawing of his dad. which is nice because before I used to be inside his closet, but now he can like have it out, out in crowd for everybody to see. And then at the station, Steve, the news sports guy, introduces himself to Mouth, and Millie tells him hi, but that Mouth is the better sports guy. And then we see Jamie put his water wings on.
I thought he was sort of definitely trying to really talk to Millie, not Mo.
Oh, I thought it was Mouth since he was working there too with him, so to introduce himself.
Yeah, probably both of them, I guess.
Yeah, and I just saw as Millie like, sticking up for Mouth, like you may have this job, but Mouth's better at it. So
I love it because like Millie again when we first met her was not this person, and now she is, and I love it.
Yeah, so we see Jamie put his water wings on to try to get in the pool, build up the courage. And at the hospital, Dan tells the Reverend, he's scared, but the countdown's on, and he's waiting for the beeper to go off to get a heart after he gets one. And that, he's the one that's lived a good life while he's the one that
needs time to make amends. Oh my God. That was so annoying. And then he said that if he gets it, he'll use the time for redemption. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to bargain with him, but at the same time, like saying like you're the worst for not letting me get the heart first,
Yeah, like it's your fault. Like, how is it his fault? I don't understand this.
Yeah. And then we see Brooke and Angie at the airport. She tells her that she loves her and all is well, and she's gonna have a great life and to not forget her. And then lets the woman take Angie. She starts crying, and in turn, Brooke cries as well. And then we see Jamie face the pool and says, James looks sad, and then jumps in, because that's who he is. And Nathan and Haley cheer, and then join him with, with the regular clothes on.
I was happy that Haley was there because, again, this whole thing of Jamie being scared was really only with Nathan, obviously. And so I was happy that Haley was a part of this because, again, the last time we saw these two in the pool together, they were with the nanny. So I was happy that Haley was around finally.
Yeah. And then Lucas gets to the airport, and Brooke told him not to show up there, and he says he knows. And Brooke tells him, Angie's gone, so he says he knows again, holds Brooke as she cries. So, if Brooke didn't want Lucas to be there, she wouldn't have even called him in the first place. So, because then he wouldn't have even known what was going on. So he definitely wouldn't have shown up. But yeah.
Yeah, because like who calls and says don't show up, and it's like, well, I would have shown up in 8 days when you were gonna give like when she was going home. Like he probably put that in his calendar for 8 days. So yeah, that is stupid. Like I'm gonna say it was stupid.
I think she did want him there, but she like didn't want to admit it. Trying to be strong or something.
Yeah, that's maybe because when she dialed his number, it was like, oh crap. And then, it was like, well, now I got to follow through with the phone call.
And then we see Peyton and painting words at the river court. And then Millie and Mouth are still at the station. They kiss. And then Dan takes off the oxygen mask and takes out Jamie's note. And then back in the pool, Nathan tells Jamie that he needs to get back in the water. And he tosses Jamie into the air while Haley watches nearby, the wall of the pool.
Yeah, they're so cute.
Yeah, her and Nathan smile at each other, feeling healing from that.
I like when Nathan though told them I knew you could do it. So
yeah, so it's like they healed from that trauma when Jamie almost drowned and everything with Carrie at the same time. And then Dan was about to smother the Reverend with a pillow, but then decides not to, and puts it on his head and puts the oxygen mask back on, and tells him it's up to him, but sometimes a guy needs a sign that there's hope for him.
Oh my God!
And holds up Jamie's card saying that that's his hope. And then, Lucas walks with an upset Brooke out of the airport. And then back at the station, Mouth tells Millie, thanks for the lunch and for telling the new sports guy off, but he should get back to being shunned. And Millie tells him, sorry, that's been hard for him. And Mouth says, he stands by what he did. Lucas was hurting, and he felt insidious by to somehow, put that broadcast, to put that pain on, broadcast like that. And then his coworker walks in asking how many men's basketball championships has UCLA, and Mouth cuts him off and just says 11. And then tells Millie that he doesn't know what to do now.
I love when she says Omaha, and he's like, but I don't want to go without you. And she goes, I'll go too. And that was sweet.
Yeah. And then Brooke is staying at home, zoning out, and Lucas turns on the lights, to the river court to see Payne's writing as his words from his book. And she adds that she'll always love him. And then Jamie runs into the house after getting out of the pool. Deb tells him not to track water everywhere, and he just loves being in the water now.
See, this is what I mean. Parents are home, but they're not the ones taking care of Jamie. Like,
right.
Like Deb is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Does she ever get a break? Like, I know she's been sneaking off, but I'm just saying, like, if the parents are home, take care of your kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that he's with his grandma, but still, like, he doesn't need to be 24/7 with his grandma when he has two parents there.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. So Nathan tells him to dry off and get changed, put his jersey on because they're going back to the gym. And Haley tells Nathan that, he still makes her heart race, and she has him feel her heartbeat as she says, her heart is so full of pride and love and joy right now because of him. And then Lucas calls Haley and she tells Nathan it's her other boy.
So my thing, okay, do you know what's weird? Is like they both know that Jamie was trying to get over being in the pool, like being afraid of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they, like, I don't know, it's hard to imagine like having a kid and then being afraid of the water and me being inside when I could very easily be outside. Like, whatever Haley was doing, she could very easily do it outside. I don't understand why they couldn't be outside and, because like they have a huge like deck and pool, and it's just hard to imagine like your kid is afraid of it, but yeah, in one night we're gonna just be like, yep, it's good. It's now nighttime, so it's kind of bad to be swimming out there. I know there's lights, but it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be inside. Let me know if anything happens. It's like,
yeah, I guess they just trusted Deb to watch him.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, your kid almost drowned. He's overcoming being terrified, and you're just gonna not watch. Like, again, Haley always being at the studio or the recording studio or being at work, she doesn't really have time for Jamie. So wouldn't you spend that time outside with him? Like, yes, you don't have to be in the pool, but be out there with him. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
I guess
why you would be inside? Like, you can still be outside with Deb. Like, you're all family.
Yeah, I guess she just wanted him in alone with Nathan inside the house.
I know, but it was stupid. Like, be out there. Again, your kid is just getting used to the water again.
Mm-hmm.
Be out there with him.
Yeah, so then she ends up going to see Lucas at the record to see Payne's work as well. She says it's very Payton. And that's when Lucas tells Haley that Lindsay stopped by and that he went to go see Brooke afterward. So Haley asks what did Lindsay want. He says that she wanted him to know that the book's done, and can send her the dedication and the email. But he's thinking about taking off for a while. So this sounds a lot like Keith, after Jules left him too. Yeah.
Well, and after Karen didn't want to marry him, remember he was like, "I'm moving."
Yeah. So he's taking this from Keith, yeah. But Haley tells him to stop running, to let go of that dark weight he's carrying around. And that's when Lucas says that Nathan told him something similar as well, that the darkness doesn't have answers.
Yeah, she's like, he's right. Look at him now.
He's come so far, yeah. And that about all the pain that you go through, about saying that's really healing and beautiful and poetic. It's not, it's just garbage and pain. What's better is love. And the day you start thinking that love is overrated is the day that you're wrong. And the only thing wrong with having love, faith, and belief is not having it. So then back with Lindsay in New York, she's on the phone with a woman who asks her if she told Lucas, and she says no, and just simply says bye and hangs up. And then that's when she gets a message from Lucas of this dedication saying no to all those lost souls who have forgotten to believe in the immensity of love. And this touches her, and she calls Lucas to tell him that she got his dedication, and she guesses that she's one of those lost souls because she lied to him.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Like after all that, then you go back on your word and says like, oh, I miss you and everything, like reeling him in back in again.
I was so annoyed at this. I'm like, hey, why you? We were closing this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Why open it back up? I don't understand. And you've already hurt him. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I have to say goodbye again. Yeah.
This is so annoying.
Yeah. And then back in the river court, he listens to her message while looking down at Peyton's words that says, I will always love you, Peyton.
Yeah, now he's like confused.
Yeah, now that's when it starts, settling in. And then Brooke is still staying at home with the monkey plush when Lucas walks in. So yeah, he's going back and forth between these three women in his head at least. But
I don't really think Brooke's going through a
what?
I don't think Brooke is. I think maybe as a friend, like I gotta be there for her.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he's going back and forth. Like he can't just like sit with one for a minute. Something else has to happen. But she mentioned she's supposed to get a call as soon as Angie's gets home, and he's asking where Peyton is, and she said she doesn't know, maybe work. And she didn't tell her that Angie was leaving. So he asked her why did she tell him not to go to the airport, and she said she didn't want him to see her vulnerable like that. And Lucas says that's how he always sees her, and he thinks it's beautiful.
So when he goes to her house, doesn't he just like walk in?
Yeah, I don't know if she keeps it unlocked or what. I'm not.
I was like, he just like leaves. Yeah, he just like walks in.
Yeah, it's not like he's gonna have a key, so maybe it is unlocked all the time. Yeah.
But also, you would think because Brooke was around when Psycho Derek was there, that you would learn to keep your doors locked.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially because Peyton's living there, you would think you would do that.
Yeah. So he just reminds Brooke, of all the things she's done for Angie, Rachel, and him and others. She saves people is what she does. And he thanks her for sharing that with him. And to, also let him know when Angie gets home safe. And then that's when Brooke mentions they've both been through a lot and she wouldn't have made it through today or a couple other days without him. So she says thanks and gives him the purple monkey and says she loves him. And he tells her he loves her too. And that was like basically putting her in the ring again. But
again, it was like I love you, friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then at the station, Rick's pants got dirty from spilling coffee on them. So for some reason, he thought it would be better to wear no pants at all than wearing his stained ones for the camera. And the boss says that they can get them at the break and asks Jerry where the sign is with the UCLA is. And Jerry says he has it right there. And Jerry gives the notes to the news sports reporter.
Oh my God, that guy was annoying. He's like, I'm all set. Like, I'm just going to read the prompter. It's like, okay.
Having the notes, yep. And Mouth watches from the back, so Rick starts it off. Then the new guy continues it, and Mouth's boss tells him that that could have been him doing the report. And then suddenly the prompter turns off. The guy freezes.
Yep, because he doesn't have that paper.
Yep. So the boss says to go over to Rick, but he's still putting his pants on.
Okay, this is weird. Why does the guy really need the pants?
Yeah, if he's sitting down behind the desk, yeah, he shouldn't.
Yeah, if he was behind the desk originally, why does he need to put his pants back on? Like, that's weird.
Yeah, especially with his coworker right next to him. But yeah, like with that, last minute emergency, they should have just told him to sit down.
Exactly. Yeah. Like the camera won't be on the bottom half of you, so just like sit back down.
Mm-hmm.
Also, so then of course it's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Which honestly would probably be entertaining to like if you were a viewer watching.
Mm-hmm.
It would probably be entertaining to like see the news station like scramble like this. Because this is all live, so it would be hilarious to like see that. But anyway, so obviously they don't know what to do. They don't have a plan B. So Mouth steps in and starts telling that Rick guy, whatever his name is, what to say, which was hilarious.
Yeah, because he hasn't memorized and the new guy doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then it was funny because at the end, Mouth's like, and say your name. And the guy goes, and say your name. It's like, that's not what you were supposed to say your name.
Yeah, if you couldn't even get that right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, really? Like Dumbo?
Like this is his first time doing anything for the news. Then everybody claps for Mouth, of course, and he thanks them. And for his encore, he quits.
That was funny. He's like, thanks, everyone. I quit.
Yep, bye. Yep, and walks away with pride and satisfaction on his face.
It was good. Like, I think he did it the right way.
Yeah. Like, yep, I saved you, and now I'm out.
Exactly. Like, save them. Okay, bye.
Yep. So now they actually know what a loss they'll have, after losing him. And then Payne says about the same guy that knew Ellie on the phone, basically telling me everything and seeing if there's any updates about that and just have her get him to call her.
And then Lucas walks in.
Yep.
And then he was like, I don't hate you. And it's like, oh my God. Then, he brings up the first time that, he met her, or he saw her, her skinny arms and tangled mess of hair. He said it was hard letting her go. It was hard losing her, seeing her again, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she brings up the dream she always has about her saying yes in the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, it's just a dream, right? And she's like,
right.
It's my dream. It's like, oh my God, Lucas.
Yeah, again, yeah.
Like, he's so annoying.
Yeah, again, seriously.
Yeah, like she's she obviously, you can hear like her voice like breaking.
Yeah,
and you're just gonna be like, it's just a dream. It's like,
yeah.
Oh my God, you can't even let her be emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Lucas is back adding another license plate to that wall art. So does this mean that he's been to every country? Like, I mean, not every country, every state in the country. Like, why does he have this? Like, they keep focusing on this, until he gets it done.
Yeah,
I just wonder. I mean, he bought the license plates. I don't know. It just seems like he's really about this whole episode.
Well, especially because he just put up another one, and it's like, where did you go?
Yeah.
You've been in Tree Hill. Like, it's not like you just came back from a road trip where you would put it up on your wall.
Yeah, as far as we know, he's only been to like California and New York,
Unless it's Karen, Andy, and Lily doing it.
Oh yeah, that would make more sense. Like,
and they're sending him it so he can finish his wall, maybe.
Yeah, and like where they've been, maybe. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense.
Because he always would get postcards, so maybe they're also doing that for him.
Yeah.
Because when he got that one postcard, didn't he also hang up a license plate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Because they're the only people that are actually traveling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. So then Haley starts singing her new song, and then we see Lucas at the airport, and Dan goes to see the Reverend again with more flowers to see that he's gone. Apparently, he passed away from what the nurse said.
So it was weird because he said, like, I'd like to send flowers, and it's like, I'm sure you would.
If you haven't been already, yeah. And he tries to hide his excitement too.
Yeah, I know. He was like smiling, and and then she said, well, if you leave your name and number, and then he goes, my name is Dan Scott, and my number is 1. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And how did she not clock that? Like,
yeah, I would be questioning if he did something to the Reverend to make him whatever happened, whether his heart failed or what. But yeah.
Yep. Like, what did you do to him? Because you've been in this room a lot. Yeah. What happened to him? But no, the nurse just lets it go.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Yeah. And then Q is still trying to get Nathan to try harder while practicing. Jamie tells Nathan he can do it. And then Nathan finally gets past Q and makes a basket, amazing himself and Jamie. Even Q asks, what was that? And Nathan says he doesn't know, but he knows he can do this now. And he tells Jamie this, he's going to do this. So Jamie smiles at him all proud. And then Dan walks out of the hospital with a smile on his face when he notices an old man.
Yes, he helps him.
And walks him to the sidewalk and everything. And tells him to be careful.
Oh my God. And then he gets him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when he's unconscious, that's when the beeper goes off, of course.
Yeah, but like my thing is, okay, so this is obviously the second hit of somebody.
Yeah.
I will say, I think Dan's hit was like extreme. Like, I feel like that hit was way harder than Haley's.
Yeah, because didn't Dan kind of do a flip while she just went over the car?
He really got like slammed and like, yeah, it was where Haley's is kind of like, I mean, it was still bad, but it's like, I don't know, like that hit was just like boom. And it's like,
yeah, it seemed more purposeful than Haley's. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird because whatever his name is was after Haley. Just like obviously this car, Nanny Carey is after Dan. Like they were both hits on purpose. So it's weird how they wouldn't kind of be. I don't know.
Yeah, they could have easily made that a plot line, like who hit him, like was it Carrie or was it maybe somebody that the Reverend knew that thought, Dan maybe killed him or something like that. They could have gave Dan like a little plot line on the side,
Yeah, like maybe a family member of his was like, wait a minute, I've seen you a lot and hit like coming out of his room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who are you? And then he obviously would like look and see, oh, it's Dan Scott.
Yeah. And then Haley is still singing when Lucas is at the airport and Brooke gets a call, and so does Peyton and Lindsay.
Oh,
and
I do wonder how many people really thought it was Nanny Carey. Like, because he threatened her, yeah, but you would think that it's all over with.
Yeah, and that she could easily come back. Yeah, because we don't know what happened to her after the motel. Yeah.
Yeah, because they threatened her, like, basically go away. And yeah, because it's been so long that it's like, obviously she listened. Well,
yeah.
So I just wonder how many people really thought that it was her, because again, we haven't seen her, we haven't heard about her.
Yeah, it would have been a good time for her to come back for this finale. Yeah.
Well, it is kind of her, but not obviously her yet.
Yeah. And then, so everybody gets a call, and Lucas tells a person on the phone, that he's at the airport and he has 2 tickets to Vegas.
Yeah. So you want to get married tonight? Oh my God.
Yeah. So with the season finale, we don't know exactly who he was talking to.
But it can only be one person.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they try to make it look like it could be any of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's be honest. In this finale, like, who could it really be?
Mm-hmm.
Who did he really make up with?
Mm-hmm.
And say the I'm sorry.
Right.
Because think about it. When Lindsay called, he didn't answer the phone.
Mm-hmm.
He put it to voicemail because he's looking at Peyton's writing. Like, like ding, 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 there's your answer. Mm-hmm. Like the fact that he didn't just show up to the river court, see the writing, and then just wander away. He sat there for hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like there's only one person. Like, let's be honest. And plus, do we really want to see the whole Lindsay and Lucas again in season 6? No, we want to move on from that. So especially, like, yes, in real life, could it have been Lindsay? Yes. But plot-wise, do we really want to go through this love triangle all over again? No. Like, we just saw it was bad. So no, we just wanted to move on. So obviously there is only one person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the person he should have married all along.
Right.
So it wasn't really, I mean, maybe the cliffhanger really is only, will Dan survive?
Right.
And who is behind the hit?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's really the only cliffhanger, because honestly, between the 3 girls, it's not really. Maybe if in season 5 they would have made it a little juicier between Brooke and Lucas, of like it could be her.
Mm-hmm.
But everything they were doing was just kind of being there for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And also Brooke would never step over that boundary because of Peyton. So it can't be her. So yeah. Right. So for me, the high, I love Nathan and Jamie's scenes. I love how he was the one that caught that he was afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Where it made him vulnerable for, to his son.
Yeah.
Because again, how many dads would do that?
Mm-hmm.
Most of them would be like, I'm not scared. Like, I'm not scared of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Where Nathan was like, no, you need to know I am scared of something.
Yeah. Like it's unmanly to be scared. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's okay. Like, and especially being like a little boy, like everyone gets scared.
Mm-hmm.
But you can overcome it.
Right.
So I like that part. Also, I do like how Haley was trying to do everything to get Peyton and Lucas to, like, see that the other person cares and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, Peyton has already said how she feels. So it's kind of like, like, want.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was my high. The low was Brooke being obnoxious, trying to, like not wanting to give Angie up. It's not like it's your own kid. And also Lucas being not really caring about Peyton's feelings most of the episode, but then all of a sudden the end wanting to marry her. That'd be like a big low. Oh, also a high was Mouth standing up to his boss and having everyone, all of his coworkers there when he does it. It was great. How about you?
Yeah, the high was Nathan and Jamie being there for each other when they were scared of, their thing, and Nathan and both Jamie, conquering their fear and also being there to see it for each other. And then the low was just Dan. He just, was just trying. It's like he couldn't make up his mind whether he was patient or not patient with the Reverend and if he's going to get a heart or not next. And then he kind of had his karma at the end there, after kind of threatening and almost killing the Reverend with a pillow and getting hit with a car. Yeah, so those are my highs and lows.
What would you rate it?
Like an 8, barely. Because not a lot happened. Like we said.
You said an 8, barely.
Yeah. Like you said, we said multiple times, nothing really happened here, even by the end.
Oh my god. I had to give it an 8, but you said barely. And then who's your best and worst?
The best was Mouth, just because for a good few wild months that he's been trying to do his best working here. Like it started with Alice, and then he thought things were going to get better with the new boss, but then it wasn't. And he's just had a lot of pressure from both bosses to do this and that, and he just found that he wasn't good enough for them, and he wasn't going to be while he was there. So he knew it was better just to show them how good he is, and then just walk off on that high like that. So I like that. And the worst was Mouse Boss again, basically the same reason. Like he was using his power also to kind of use Mouth, with saying like, oh, that should have been you doing this report, like pushing him, and then Mouth was nice enough to even save him after he said that. So yeah.
Mine is going to be, there was a few people that were the best in this, but I'm going to give it to Haley because we no longer will have to hear the love triangles. Because she pushed Peyton to hear that he does like her, and Haley was doing everything she could to get Lucas to finally admit who he likes and kind of end it let's move on sort of thing. So I like that, and also to stop running when it's kind of funny because in Dawson's Creek it went on for 6 whole seasons. And so I was happy that it was like, wow, we're going to end it here. Thank God. And she was a part of it. And then the worst was Lucas for dragging it out so long. And wanting another goodbye from Lindsay. It's just weird. Yeah. And then of course, not really taking into consideration Peyton's feelings. At all, that her heart was broken when he said, I hate you.
Right.
Because again, if the roles were reversed and Peyton said, I hate you to Lucas, he would take that to heart. So it's just annoying how she can't do it.
Yeah.
And then in the end, wanting to marry her, even though he told her that's just a dream.
Right.
What? Again, so someone tells you, so you say, I say yes every time, and the person says that's just a dream, and then they call you the next time you hear from them, they call you to say let's get married.
Right.
What? There's no conversation between that. That's a dream, so basically keep it to yourself, but then let's get married. What?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, so you're running again. Everything with Lucas is a little dramatic. So yeah, that's why he's the worst, because he just keeps dragging it out. It's just annoying.
Right.
So I just wanted to end, and I know we're getting there. So because it's finally the end of season 5, what would you rate season 5?
Like a 7.5.
Well, you're generous.
I mean, it had its moments, with some of the stuff with Carrie and Lindsay, but then after that, it was just kind of too much and dragged out a little too long.
I would rate this a 6 because honestly, there was only a couple episodes that really had drama in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, the storylines were too drawn out.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, a lot of these episodes, they could have just been done in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's a 6. I mean, come on now. It's like as if they just kind of wrote these scripts. It felt like overnight, like they didn't like take their time to do it right.
Right.
So yeah. And again, I told you I hate season 5 because Lindsay's in it. This whole stupid love triangle. And obviously Nanny Carey, like the whole thing. So I hate season 5. And then what was your favorite episode?
Just the 100th episode because it was the most drama-filled episode, along with the everybody coming back too as well. So it was nice to see everybody. So that's the only reason why. And yours?
Yeah, because I've been thinking about this because I knew I'd have to say which one was my favorite. And I'm like, what is my favorite? Because each episode I've had a problem with. Whether, I mean, and like some of them I can't say they were my favorite because there was really nothing that happened. So it's like, and again, each episode had somebody that made me mad in the episode. So how can they really be a good episode if you don't literally like what's going on in them? So I'm like, so I'm gonna go with the 100th, even though it was Nanny Carey and the kidnapping. But I'm only giving it because, yes, I liked the fact that we got to see Karen, Andy, and Lily back. And it did give drama. Not drama I like, but it gave drama.
Yeah.
Which is what we ask for. So that's the only reason why that would be the episode. Because really, there was none.
Right.
Like if I could say it, there really wasn't a good episode.
Right.
Because I always like to base it off of like beginning to end. What, could we really sit through it and enjoy it? Not really. I would have said the one at the club at Trick.
Right.
But there was too much of Nanny Carey and Nathan flirting that I was no. That's what I mean. Is like there are bits and pieces of like each episode that that I could have said was my favorite, but it had to do with another storyline that I hated in it. So it's like, the rest of that episode was good, but I didn't like the flirting.
Right.
And there really hasn't been any like fun ones since then. Because I guess another entertaining one was where they were locked in the library, but the switch side again, the flip side is Nathan wasn't confessing to Haley. So it's like, they were just dragging that out. It's like, so do I really, which one could I pick? None of them. But that'd be really the only one.
Right.
Again, this season was tough to like try to narrow it down, I feel like. What about you?
I said mine was the 100th episode. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't hard to like try to choose one.
Yeah, it was.
Because some of the seasons you're like, oh, I have like a few I could name. And not that one.
Right.
But I am happy on a lighter note to move on to season 6. Because we're going to get fun scenes between my favorite couples. Like I know Brooke goes through stuff, but I finally get to see, like, because honestly, this season 5 has been hard on Nathan and Haley, Lucas and Peyton. I'm happy that we're going to get into season 6 of just them being happy, and that's all I want.
Yeah.
So it's next episode.
Season 6, episode 1, Touch Me, I'm Going to Scream, part 1.
Part 1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.